So we're gonna go through a bunch of stuff today, but the first thing I want you to do is just to be able to play this melody. So again, you're starting on that G, G, C, E flat, C, A, C, E flat, C, A, C. Right? That's how we start. And it's gonna go fit with this accompaniment that we've been working on, right? So first, play it with me, just the right hand, and then practice the right hand and left hand together, and then try to do it that way too. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do that, happy times. The next step is I want you to be able to play the blues form accompaniment. So what that means, you're going to take the same shape, it's a C and G, right? We're going to move that up to F. So it's F and C. So practice it there. And then you move the whole thing to G. So it's G and D. So now it's a counting game. You're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. So 8 times through the pattern in C. You're gonna do 4 times through the pattern in F. Back to C for 4. Then you're gonna do 2 Gs, 2 Fs, and 4 Cs. Then you start over again. So you have 4 Cs at the end and 8 Cs at the beginning. So when you repeat, it's going to feel like 12. Yes, exactly. But you have to make a little mental note when it starts again. Playing through forms, any kind of a form song, can be tricky because you have to. There's so much to think about. You have to think so much. You have to count. Eventually, you don't have to count. It'll happen. But in the beginning, you really have to spend a lot of time just going 1, 2, 3, 4. I remember doing it for so long. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so also, I'm going to add this on. This is the extra thing that you're going to do after you get really good at it. But I want you to practice also these chords in the right hand. So actually with both hands. But so this is called a C9. And I'll show you that when you're playing accompaniment, you can play this pattern, but you can also play this chord up here that helps to fill it out. Sounds bigger, right? So that chord, you have C and G in the left, and then E, B flat, D with your middle finger in the middle, right? C9, and then you're gonna move that whole shape up. Looks almost the same. For F, F9, you're gonna go A, E flat, G, and then you're going to move it up to G. This time, there's no black keys. B, F, and A. These are all 9 chords. Don't worry about what that means. I'll explain it to you someday when you're older. So what I'm going to do is play the chord every 2 times through the pattern. It'll be another thing to think about. But I want you to try to keep up with the left hand at least. If you can do the left hand, you feel comfortable, then try to incorporate the right hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Here comes F. Back to C. G. F. C. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's really hard at the moment. So take your time with it. You know, that's like the test. If you can do it with that, then you're really cooking.
Mm-hmm.
You want to really take your time away from a metronome and away from me. You have your space to work that out, because the jumps are really difficult, and especially when you go to G, F, everything happens so quick right there that you want to really just work through that.
Okay.
Eventually, you'll be able to do it without thinking about it. And then the last thing I want to show you is just that there's one more piece of the melody, and if you look at it, it's this from measure 7. It's actually measure 8 and 9. This little okay. I'll play the whole melody. Pieces all together with the left hand. You should be able to do this, and then you wait, and then ba, and then ba. That last note is on the 6th beat of that measure.
Okay.
You can see it, measure 9. Ba. So you're on your A there. If you do your exercises, that should be okay. Yeah. So if you can do the chords and all that, try to put the melody together with the left hand changing too, because nothing really changes in the rhythm. You're just gonna switch to F, and then back to C, and then to G, to F, to C. So you can see how we're adding this up. You start with the rhythm, you can do it with the rhythm, then you have to work on transitions,
right?
Moving your hands around. That's a mind fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Really, for real. But just go slow. You'll get it.
Perfect.